Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, as you can see by the title and by this new spreadsheet that I have put together, I'm going to be sharing with you guys my new way of tracking all of my envelopes, most importantly my sinking funds, but also my expenses, mainly my expenses and sinking funds, just so I know what I'm working with, because what I now have these clear envelopes and I no longer wanted to track it in the actual envelope like I used to. I used to have a sticky note behind the old envelopes that would have a running total of what I had and then what I would take out, but I didn't want to, just for like the aesthetic purposes, I guess. I wanted it to just be the money. So I was messing around with Google Sheets and I came up with two ways. I kind of have it split up. So here we have sinking funds, and then in this little notebook I'm going to be sharing with you guys is where I'm going to be storing most of my expenses and a couple of my cash envelopes. And what I came up with is this is how I'm going to be tracking it. So basically the same thing as I was doing with the sticky note, but now it's just all in one book. So for example, what I did was so like first one, I kind of have it in order as how I like have them in the binder. So we have tides, I have how much I added, and then the balance. And basically what I'll be doing is I'll always put the date, and if I take money out, so just so I know what the current balance of the envelope is. Basically the purpose, if I stay on it and I track everything, I'll be able to always know by pulling out this little notebook how much I have in each envelope. So I have tides, I have rent, my student loan, this my bills category, and for some of them that I have a set amount of how much I need to put in for the month, I have it on the top. And then I have a couple other categories like my Poshmark, and then these are my cash envelopes. So we have gas and personal. So I'm gonna see how that works for now, but I feel like that was easier to do than this kind of format, because I like this more, this spreadsheet, for my sinking funds. So I kind of wanted to just finish setting it up with you guys on camera, and I actually already have some transaction I have to add in here. So what I did was, if you see next to all the categories, there's, well, not all of them, some of them, the ones that I feel will have transactions for this month at least, I designated a highlighter color so that instead of writing what category it is in here, I can just put the dot, so I know that at the end of the month when I write in all the withdrawals, I can make sure that the total that's here adds up with the total that I have for this specific category here. Because the only thing I'm going to be putting in the transaction log are anytime I take money out, and then for the deposit category here, I'll be looking at my weekly budget breakdown, which will have how much I'm putting in each category, and I'll just add it up for the month and add this in. You'll see it when I close out my sinking funds for the month, but since it's the beginning of the month, we're starting fresh, and it's kind of like a learning process, I guess. So I'm gonna start off, I ended up putting them in alphabetical order. So I'm gonna be writing the current balance for what we started off in May. For the first, okay, so this is 0. For gifts, we have same thing, 0, 0, and Kill started with 10, and then savings had $646.27. That is my envelope combined with what I have in my bank account, and 42, and then 0. So the starting balance for the month, a lot of them have 0 because I started to fund them this month. So it'll be nice to see how much I've been able to add to each one when we kind of close out the sinking funds for May. So in total, for savings, we have plus 10 plus 42. So we have $698.27. That doesn't include the change jar that I have. I didn't actually add it into this. That's just like a little separate savings that I have going on. This is the current balance as of May 1st, which was Friday, before I stuffed any envelopes. So for the start of May, the only actual categories that had money in there were Michael, savings, and travel. So now what I'm going to be doing is, the way I'm going to be doing this is, anytime that I end up using any amount of money from these categories, I'm going to be tracking it here. So whenever I withdraw, it goes here. Whenever I deposit, it'll be added into my weekly budget and monthly budget for the total. So we already actually do have I ended up having to use my savings, which, a little bit of a story time. It was on Sunday, so 0503. What I'm going to do is, savings is orange. I'm going to put a little dot next to that one. It was a total of $350.85. And the reason I ended up getting, this is why I'm starting a car fund, for this exact reason. I'm getting headlights. Well, I ordered signal lights, hood bra. I had a little bit of an embarrassing experience yesterday on Sunday, because I got into an accident a couple months back, and it's kind of been a waiting game to see when my car would be fixed from the people that I was hit by. And I've reached a point that in this whole process, because of a lot of factors, it's gonna take way longer than expected, and I've been very stingy to spend money. And I feel like I needed something dramatic for me to happen, for me to spend the money I need to fix it so I can have a real functioning car. Like, my car at the moment is drivable within close distances. I'm not allowed on the highway. So to basically explain what happened, my headlight completely fell off as I was turning. I was turning left, my headlight went right and into oncoming traffic. And thankfully everybody was good. There wasn't that many cars around. And because it was just a temporary fix, it wasn't gonna last forever, and I needed to basically purchase the necessary parts to make my car functionable again, so I can get on the highway, drive longer distances, basically have a car for the summer. So I came up with a plan, and that's how much I had to spend, and I gladly paid it. And like I was telling my boyfriend yesterday, was I'm finally at the point where that's kind of the point of my savings, as a just in case something happens, I'm able to cover myself. And while this should have technically been in my car envelope, now I know for the future I'm gonna adjust and make sure that I have money in there in case anything was to happen to my car. I can fix it sooner rather than later. But overall, I still had more than enough in my savings to cover this expense, and I'm very happy and proud of myself, because in the past, when I've had issues with my car, like my previous car, I had a Nissan, and whenever stuff would come up, I would put it on a credit card or use up my whole paycheck and be worried and stressed and panicking because I didn't budget correctly. But I really feel good, and while this does take more than half of my savings, it's gonna be nice to be able to build it back up and know that my expenses are good. Like, everything else is good. I don't have to worry about dipping into other categories to make ends meet, and it's a good feeling when you can finally see your hard work paying off. So the first transaction is only the fourth, but it was definitely a big unexpected expense, but it was bound to happen. It was necessary. Basically, it's my birthday gift to myself. I'm gonna have my car back. So that's how I'm seeing it. I feel really good, and I'm hoping that I could, at least by the end of the month, replenish half of what I had to take up and start to actually save up in my car savings, because there are a couple other things that I would like to purchase for the car that are also needed as well. So yeah, so that it's kind of more like a rambly kind of video for today. If you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys soon with another one. Peace.